Welcome, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting of the Santa Ana Personnel Board to order. It is 6:12 p.m. on April 27, 2021. This meeting is taking place both virtually and in person, socially distanced, here on the 5th floor of the City Hall, the Human Resources Department. My name is Ellen Smiley, and I am the Assistant Director of Human Resources. I'm serving tonight as the Acting Secretary to the Personnel Board, the Recording Secretary, and I will be facilitating this meeting. Assisting me this evening is a Human Resources staff member, Lily Fan, and we also have Daisy Gomez, who is the city's clerk of the council, helping us tonight. We also have some additional members of the Human Resources Department who are participating in this meeting. And we have in attendance Mr. Steve Filarski, who is an attorney representing the city, and also Mr. Corey Glave, who is an attorney representing the employee, Mr. Ian Wright. At this point, I would like to do a roll call of the Personnel Board. And Personnel Board members, when I call your name, would you please respond by saying here so that we can get the attendance count. Ms. Berenice Vallenaz, here. Ms. Gabriela Hernandez Castillo. Ms. Nellian Legaspe.
Here.
Ms. Denise Naranjo, here. Ms. Angie Rivera.
Here.
And Ms. Michelle Polito. Here. Thank you. And we do have one excused absence, and that is Valerie Nguyen. At this point, we would like to call for public comments. If there are any members of the public who wish to address the Personnel Board members on any agenda item.
If there are any members of the public that would like to provide public comment, please dial *9 from your phone or click the button labeled raise hand from Zoom.
What is it?
Santa Ana. There's a personnel.
Oh, I am not keeping the TV quiet. Okay?
I want to know what's going on, that there's a
I'm
personnel
watching
issue.
the TV.
All right, all right.
You can go ahead and mute them. Okay, I'm going to make the announcement again. If there are any members of the public that would like to provide public comment, please dial *9 from your phone or click the button labeled raise hand from Zoom.
Yes. It does not appear that we have any public comments, so we will move on with the agenda. The next item of business is from the consent calendar. We have approval of the minutes of the meeting of the Personnel Board for January 2nd, 2020. So I'm going to ask if any of the board members will make a motion for approval.
I motion for approval.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Someone who can make a second?
I can second.
Thank you so much. I'll call on each of the board members by name again and ask if you will answer by saying yes or no on the approval of the minutes. Ms. Berenice Vallenaz?
I approve.
Ms. Gabriela Hernandez Castillo?
I abstain.
Ms. Nellian Legaspe?
I'll abstain since I was not present.
Ms. Denise Naranjo?
I was not present.
Is that an abstention?
Abstain.
Okay. Ms. Angie Rivera?
I approve.
Ms. Michelle Polito?
Just to, I want to make sure I clarify, because there was no action taken in the minutes, the minutes will never, ever be approved without having a consensus. So the previous members, and there isn't any recording or anything like that. So you could review the agenda against the minutes, and that is what you're essentially approving. If there were any action taken, then you would have to hear the recording or read to see what actually took place in order for you to approve the minutes. So you don't have to be present to approve the minutes.
Can I change mine to?
May I re-poll the board?
Yes.
Let me do that. Let me just, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna call on the names over again. We'll continue with the motions, but I'll call on the individuals again for a vote. To begin, Ms. Berenice Bayanaz,
I approve the minute.
Ms. Gabriela Hernandez Castillo,
So I just want to clarify that I got the agenda and the minutes attached. There was no minutes attached because there's no minutes at all from the last minute meeting. Is that what you said?
No, so the agenda from the previous meeting. So the January 2nd, 2020 meeting agenda was the agenda that you could review. But reading in the January 2nd minutes, because there was no action taken, except the minutes, there is nothing really to compare.
I guess it was confusing because when I received the email, it said that minutes were attached and I didn't see them.
Yeah, the minutes, you're always going to receive the next meeting minutes. So the minutes for tonight's meeting is
Yeah, I
going to appear in the
understand.
next agenda. Yeah.
That wasn't there for the January 2nd, but I approve.
thank you. Ms. Nelian Legaspe,
Yes,
and are you approving?
yes,
All right. Ms. Denise Naranjo,
I approve.
Ms. Angie Rivera,
Yes, I approve.
and Ms. Michelle Polito.
I approve.
All right, thank you. That is approval of the minutes for January 2nd, 2020. And that is the end of the consent calendar. So we're going to move to the business calendar, which is schedule the hearing in the matter of Mr. Ian Wright. As I mentioned earlier, we have present the attorneys who will be representing Mr. Wright and the city in this case. At this point, I would like to inquire of the attorneys when they would like to conduct this hearing, and specifically how many nights they feel that they need in order to present their case. As a reminder, this board meets in the evenings from 6 p.m. to approximately 9:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday, dependent of course on schedules and other commitments. So the board members will now consider their availability as the attorneys, each in turn, introduce themselves and their case to the board and share when they would be prepared to present their cases. Mr. Filarski, I would like to start with you. Can you?
Madam Secretary,
Yes,
we're requesting a closed hearing. This is a confidential personnel matter. I'm surprised that my client's name's on the agenda versus just his position.
I have not been informed that there was a request for a closed hearing.
We filed the appeal, and usually you follow up, and we haven't been, nobody's inquired yet. We're requesting a closed hearing.
That's perfectly fine. Normally that request comes through either tonight or at the pre-hearing conference. But those requests are generally always granted by the personnel board when they come in. And so we can certainly accept that as a request for tonight. And we would ask Mr. Filarski and everyone to respect the fact that, that this would be a confidential closed hearing matter.
Well, there's one, we have a live stream video going, and two, we have unidentified people watching at this point. So we should, my request would be to proceed into closed session prior to discussing the case at all.
I think all you're discussing is just scheduling the hearing.
We are, but would it be a problem to go into closed session?
Not unless you're not wanting to discuss the scheduling, because that's all that's on the.
Mr. Glaive, could you hear what the city clerk said?
On the agenda, it's just stating that it's scheduling the hearing. It's not actually discussing the hearing.
I
Ms.
understand. that.
Smiley, point of order. Ms.
Yes,
Smiley, point of order. All HR matters are supposed to be confidential when it comes to any person's name. So since we are mentioning the employee's name, that's confidential information. So that portion needs to be not public. Anytime we start talking about a person's name, they've lost that confidentiality.
so Madam Clerk, may we close this, or can you give us direction, please?
Yeah, so I mean, Corey, if I understood you correctly, is that what you were looking to do, is to actually discuss the matter, not schedule the hearing for future?
No, I don't know if you directed that at me, but my understanding is this was going to be a scheduling hearing. However, all aspects of this case, including talking about scheduling, even mentioning my client's name, should be done confidentially. This is the first time in the 28 years that I've done appeals before this board that my client's name has shown up on an agenda, and then there's discussions about it on live stream and with outsiders having access to it. I believe the entire matter should be, including the scheduling, should be in closed session.
Mr. Glaive, I do have to make a correction there. This is the first time when we've ever done a recording of any personnel board meeting, Zoom or otherwise, but it is not the first time when the employee's name has appeared on the agenda when we're scheduling the hearing. In fact, that has always been the case. Because as I mentioned, normally, we're not given a request to close the hearing until this particular meeting or until the pre-hearing. But having said that, the board has never been opposed to closing a meeting whenever the request has been presented.
I would move to close the meeting immediately.
And can we proceed with scheduling it?
Yeah.
Okay. If everyone has heard that,
I can make it official. I, Nellie Legaspi, move to close this meeting effective immediately.
And with the objections.
all right, and are there any objections?
Are there any protocols or anything against when to close meetings?
It's for discussion, it's for liability for the city and for the employee.
We understand that, but we haven't mentioned the employee's name. The only reason the employee's name is on there was internally the agenda shared with us. So
His name was mentioned. His name was mentioned already.
it was mentioned. I didn't hear.
Yes,
Apologize.
that's how I know what his name is. I didn't read the agenda.
Daisy, can I go forward with scheduling?
So at this point, yeah, so what you can do, in order for everyone to convene into now closed session, we'll just have to we'll stop the recording and we'll remove whoever is a member of the public from here.
All right, since the board has not objected to closing the hearing, we will proceed and do that.
One moment. That's everyone, right? Now, the other thing we need to do is go into YouTube. That's like the settings. Start meeting,
We're just cutting off the recording.
and that will make it.
Thank you. So we're now recording. So first, board member comments. Do we have any board members who would like to make a comment at this point?
I would like to have introductions and see who everyone is.
All right, let's do that. Why don't we start with you, Nellie, and then we'll go around the room.
That's what I get for suggesting it. Hi, everybody. My name is Nellie-Ann Maya Turtlehart Legaspi. I'm representing Ward 5. I work for the County of Orange. I'll leave it to that. I'm also a union representative, and I've been a past negotiator when it came to raises, arbitration for employees being let go. That's why I have a lot of experience with that. I've also been a human resource manager. In the community, I am the director of the American Indian Movement and Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women. I'm very active with the community as far as civil rights are concerned. If you can't tell already, I've got kind of a strong personality, but I'm really a nice person. I've been here for about 17 years, and I love the city, and it is my pleasure to be serving with the rest of you.
Thank you, Ms. Legaspi. I'd like to turn it over now to Angie Rivera, since she's also joining us via Zoom. Angie, would you like to give a few words of introduction about yourself?
Sure. So I'm Angie. I'm representing Ward 2. I actually started on the board last year of 2019, or sorry, we completely forgot about 2020, but started 2019. My background is actually in human resources, so I have a little bit of knowledge in this area. But yeah, I was given this opportunity, and I'm happy to be part of the board, and yeah, so look forward to working with everyone.
Thank you very much. So now we'll turn it over and we'll go around the room.
I'm Gabriela Hernandez Castillo, or I go by Gabby, and I am a psychiatric social worker. I've been since the past over 13 years, and I am representing the citywide.
The citywide representative.
Yes, and this is my first time on this.
Well, thank you. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Michelle Polito. This is my first meeting representing Ward 3. I studied mechanical engineering and did 3 years in complaint investigations for medical device. So I have quite a background in root cause analysis.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brittany Salinas. I am representing Ward 4, and I work for the state of California. Great meeting, everyone.
Hi, my name is Denise Naranjo. I represent Ward 6. I am in human resources for a little over 24 years, and I'm born and raised in the city of Santa Ana. Still reside.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other comments from board members? All right, hearing none, I think we will move to our last agenda item. Under comments, it's staff member comments. We have the clerk of the council and my staff member, Lily Pham. Do you have any comments?
No, just nice to meet you all.
And those who are listening via Zoom who are on staff, we have some individuals. Do you have any comments?
No comments, thank you.
No comments. This is Tanya Narhays.
All right, thank you. So that leaves me only as staff, and I did want to make just a quick comment, and that is just to tell you that I am retiring, and I will be only working for an additional 2 days, and then I will be retired after 33 years of service here for the City of Santa Ana Human Resources Department. And all but 4 of those years, I have been the acting secretary to the personnel board. And I just want you to know that it has been one of the most interesting assignments that I've had in my career with the city. I absolutely adore this process. It is fascinating, and it is just a wonderful service, I believe, to the residents of Santa Ana. I have the utmost respect for everyone who is on the personnel board, and I always have. The members have changed out, but I've been unfailingly impressed at how responsible and diligent every single member of the personnel board has been in always studying these cases and making the best possible decision. The decisions have gone every possible way, sometimes in the city's favor, sometimes in the employee's favor, and sometimes in a completely different way. But every single time, I believe the personnel board members have given it their best effort And they've just done a wonderful job dedicating themselves to reviewing the facts in the situation and making a very conscientious decision. And that's part of the reason why I have enjoyed being part of this process so much. You are wonderful people and you're giving so much to the community, and I deeply appreciate it. And I want to thank you for letting me be part of this process for my 33 years with the city. So thank you very much. And I think that the next time you have a meeting, you will have a new recording secretary. I'm not sure exactly who that will be, but someone from my department, from the Human Resources Department, will be appointed to assist you. And we have other staff members who will be joining meetings also, just as these two individuals in Zoom and Lily here will be assisting. So you'll have plenty of people that you can talk to if you ever have any questions. And I want you to know that we're all here for you if you have questions. We want to help make this a smooth process for you as well. So thank you very much. And I believe that that is all. End of my comments. I think that that's the end of the agenda. So I'm going to call for an adjournment, and it is 6:56 p.m. and we are adjourned.
Thank you all. Good night.
Good night, Corey.
Congratulations, Ellen.
Thank you.
Gonna miss you after 28 years.
I know, it's been a long time, Corey.
Good night, all.
Good night.